Hi, welcome to another episode 2 of What's on Your Hook, Jane. Today's Sunday, the I should have practiced that, shouldn't I? 24th of September, and the weather has taken a turn for being autumnal. Hence the reason I'm in my chunky jumper today. This one is one I made a couple of years ago now. Don't think it was last year, it was the year before, and it was done from I'm just trying to remember a shop. It was put together from different parts of YouTube tutorials that a particular designer does, and it's TCDIY. She has a channel on YouTube where she does tutorials, and she also releases patterns, jumpers or designs, quite contemporary and modern. And I just love the cable on this. I think it was, well, for this one I liked the pattern on the front, so I think off of the top of my head it was a jumper of hers. Oh, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know. I'll put, what I'll do is, because I don't know, is I'll look it up. Maybe I should have looked it up beforehand, but well, we don't do things like that here. Not yet anyway. That might come in time, I don't know. And then I'll put the links to the bits that I used and a link to her channel as well. I made it from Paintbox, and it is the chunky yarn that I got, and this particular, and I got it from Lovecrafts. Yeah. When I got it though, I got a really good deal. There were two colours that were on sale, and it was this, I think this is lipstick, can't be 100% sure again, maybe check my sources before I come and do the video, but I'll find out. I'll find out what colour it is. And there were a purple as well, and I've done the same design as this, but just in a jumper dress, which I might show you another time. But it's got nice balloon sleeves, so you can pull it down, which I liked. And then the length, I'll show you the length is good as well. So yeah, and it's a fancy front, plain sleeves, and plain ribbed back. Nice rib on the bottom, if I just lift it up, nice rib on the bottom, and then a nice rib around the neck. Because of the wool, it's acrylic, is the yarn as well, so it washes well, and it wears very well as well, keeps you nice and warm. It's for those types of days where it's you don't really want to wear a coat, but it's a bit nippy. I wore it yesterday actually, when I went to have a Reiki treatment down at Silver Moon in Hornsea. That was, oh, that were an experience. I don't Reiki is basically energy healing, and we worked on balancing my chakras. But yeah, that was just like proper amazing yesterday, and I'm proper buzzing after it. So if any of you are in Hornsea and on the fence about getting a treatment done, I'd highly recommend Silver Moons for a Reiki. Right, so let's see where else we're going to go with this. Oh, I do want to say I had some lovely feedback from a watcher over the week, and I just want to give out a shout out to them and say thank you again for their lovely feedback. You don't know how much it actually means to me. I was proper buzzing for the rest of the day. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do muchly appreciate it. So what's happened this week? Well, me wall hanging, when I did it, I used the Velcro swatches. So basically it's two halves, sticky on one side, sticky on another, and the two pieces Velcro together. You stick one side to the wall, one side to the thing that you wanted to hang. I tried it with two, it didn't work, fell off. Tried it with four, and it worked up until Wednesday. 2 o'clock in the morning, bang, all come collapsing down. I'm like, bloody hell, stupid thing. Then I'd hung the pictures up on my wall as well, which is just overhanging my bed, and I'm crapping myself thinking, are these two gonna come down as well? But no, so far so good. But basically it's all nice and secure now. My dad's actually drilled 2 holes, so I can now put these nice little bits on and know that it's all safe. And anything else to report? No, I don't think so. So with regards to the question, what's on your hook, Jane? Work continues with my dress. So we've had a bit of drama with the dress because I told you my vision last week, and I've still got that vision in my mind. Let me, oh, drop. So first things first, I finished the top off. Oh, it's not on the string. So we finished the top off. And this is what it looks like. So there. And this time I decided to put actual physical straps in. So we just continued there, the pattern down. I don't know if they're actually going to be long enough yet, but I've just attached them there under the thought of if I need to, I can just adjust them afterwards. So that top is now finished, and it will fasten. I'll show you. I didn't think about this, did I? Wait a minute. I've got a little stitch marker here. What I'll do is I'll pin this to this, and I'll give you an idea of how it looks at the back. Will that hold? We'll see. Right. So let me hold it up for you. Can you see? There. Nice low back. And yeah, it'll just fasten if you can see down at the very bottom. Look, balance it there. That's where it'll fasten. I've got a stitch marker there just holding it in place. But yeah, that's what it looks like on the back. And that's what it looks like on the front, pending any adjustments we need as time goes on. But that, in my mind, at this moment in time, is finished. So with regards to the skirt, I said to you I wanted a fit. I'll just remind you. So it wants a little like decorative belt across underneath where it ends. So it ends about here, and we'll have a belt which takes it like a high waist. And then ideally, this is the vision I had in my head, was a straight down with a slight flare and then a triangle piece in the back to make a train as such. So for stitch wise, I get a lot off Pinterest. So I'm a visual learner, so I use diagrams. The more intricate patterns and stitch patterns tend to be the Japanese or Russian, and you'll find a lot on I'm pointing to my iPad. I don't know why. You'll find a lot on Pinterest, and I've the good thing about Pinterest is that when you save things, which you'll probably know yourself, or you might not do, but I'll tell you, when you save things, more of the same things come up. So with the patterns and the diagrams being in Russian or Japanese, you can't just type in a search. So you literally never know what you're looking for until you see it. And it's just a case of going over and over and over and just save, 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 save. And then eventually you'll come across a stitch that you want. So I knew that I wanted to create this triangle. And so I'd found Up Pops a Stitch that I could do, which was based around a simple fan stitch, an expanding one. So that created what I wanted. Then I might, I bought a pattern from, I've forgotten the name. Should have wrote this down. Let's get it for you. Now I'd actually bought a pattern from Etsy, crochet with, wait a minute, let me just get the pattern. No, 2 minutes, just musical interlude, la 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 la. A minute, where is she? Right, it is Crochet with Alana, and I'd bought the Aviva dress off of Etsy. Now with the expanding stitch that I'd found, which would be perfect for creating the triangle, I matched that up with her stitch that she uses with her dress, and it'd go perfect and blend really well with it. So off we pop. We knew we needed 164 stitches for the skirt, which fit in perfectly, and away we go. This is where reading instructions comes in. Or swatches. I just assumed, to be honest, that because it was already made, you know, she'd made a skirt from it, that it were fine. It'd just be a simple straight down. I'd stick with the 164 stitches, which equates to 28 patterns, and perfect. Yeah, where we go, we get down to just past under the knee, and I'll insert this expanding triangle which I want in the back. Hey presto, nope, 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 nope. So I started it and I'm like, this stitch is expanding. The width has just kept getting wider. So I'll show you. And I'm measuring it. I'm thinking, well, how is this even possible when you're not increasing the number of stitches? And I still don't know. So that's where we're at. And can you see it's expanding there? Maybe it's the nature of the stitch. I don't know. I don't understand it, to be honest, but it's doing it. So I go back on her pattern and she actually has a little bit of information about the stitch, and it does say it expands. I'm like, crap, well that doesn't actually fit with my vision, does it? I don't want a flared skirt. I want it to be straight down and able to put a triangle in the back. But as I've said in my last previous blog, I'm quite instinctive with and if I picked it, I've got to trust I picked it for a reason. So initially, like over the last week, I think I got to 6 rows on this and I'm like, this ain't right. So did my calculations again, knocked it down to 144 stitches, ready for it to, which would fit nicely here, and then just have a natural flare out towards the hips. Did it in the round. Row 4 comes along and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get this over my head. Tried it over my head, because if I'm doing it in the round, how are you going to get it on? And I'm like, oh dear, this don't fit over my head. So in the past, when we've normally done, you see, I didn't want a zip in it. So because I didn't want a zip, I just did it in the round, right? So I'm like, yeah, maybe I should have tested that beforehand and made sure that it actually does go over my head. Pulled back, knocked it up another 156, so 12 more stitches. Then I'm like, this don't feel right. So we've tried 24 patterns, we tried 26 patterns. This swatch that I'm actually doing is 28. So I think I'm just going to roll with it and just basically see what happens. I might eat my words, but the two tests that I did otherwise haven't worked. And I've just got to trust that I initially chose the stitch for a reason, and that they didn't work for a reason. And let's just see what happens. So that is where we're up to there. Now what'll happen is I'll when it comes to stitching it in, it'll just fit in. It'll have like little tuck, well, I don't even think little tucks, it'll just fit into it. You stitch it in. So this is 164 stitches, and then you'll just do so many single crochets to join it up so it matches basically, and then go from there. I don't know whether I'm going to get a train on it, which is a bit sad, but maybe it wasn't meant for this dress. Sometimes you just gotta go with it, and I think that's what we're going to do with this, and literally just see what happens. I do want to put sleeves in it, which is why I put the straps in the back of the top. So it's going to have there, it's going to have a long sleeve, long bell sleeve, which does flare. Although if I'm using, what I might do actually, I'm just thinking now off the top of my head, is use this stitch for this for the majority of the sleeve, and down at the bottom just use this stitch so that it flares out at the bottom. And what else? Another project underway. So Silver Moon, which is a witchcraft and spiritual shop, I don't know if that's described as that, in Hornsea. Brilliant shop, I love it. I'm always down there. I either have treatments, I've just started having treatments as I mentioned earlier, or I do spiritual development groups there. I've also been to different sessions, the Keiko with Charlie sessions. That's really good. And if you're in Hornsea, I highly recommend going to that shop and just seeing what's about. You can get crystals and incense, you have cauldrons and lovely, lovely, lovely jewellery, cards, card decks, loads of different stuff, singing bowls. They have lots of different stuff. And anyway, Sharon, the owner, she's lovely, really, really lovely. She'd mentioned about selling or putting some of my work, my crochet tops, in her shop. So initially I was a bit resistant about that, simply because I have limited time in which I can actually crochet to start off with, and I'm moving my focus away from what my dream is, and my dream is to make occasion wear dresses and wedding dresses. So by focusing on making tops for a shop, I'm taking away from the time for that to give to that. And yeah, being in a quandary about it. Yesterday I had a chat with my mum about it, and maybe let's make one top and see how it goes. One top can't harm me, can it? So I'd already started looking at patterns anyway on Pinterest, and I'd found a nice top, and it's like a mandala top. So it's basically a doily that's been expanded out, and it has shoulders on it and expands out, and it'll go like that on the back. When I won at the Stitch Festival, when I got first prize, I got £250 to spend with Stylecraft on yarn, and I chose um, three. Well, I chose to get the charm wool. Now I've got my tag with this, so I am a little bit prepared for this to tell you what it is. So it's a lace weight yarn, and it's 85%. Look at me, professional. 85% premium acrylic with 10% wool and 5% mohair. Right. So, and it's I'll show you it. It's a variegated wool there. So it's got lovely greens, bit of pink in there, and it also, oh, there, turquoise in it as well. And it is so soft. Yeah, I love working with it. You can go from needle, well, hook, shall we say. I still call them needles, don't call them hooks, don't know why. Hook size 3.5 to 5mm. I've chosen to work on a 4.5, and I'll show you the top that I started yesterday. Ta-da! So, oh, wait a minute, let's get it the right way around. This is what I'm doing. So this is how it goes. That looks really nice on camera, does that actually? Look how lovely that looks. And there's the arms. It'll go. Yeah, that looks nice. There. And then it goes round. So I've nearly, I think nearly finished the bottom. And then I'm gonna, oh, there you can see the bottom there. It's really clever how they actually do it. I don't know how people come up with these patterns, to be honest. I wouldn't know where to start. But I suppose you've just got to keep trying and learning and being influenced by these people. So yeah, I started that yesterday. I know I did really well, didn't I? The only drawback with that yarn is it's not very easy if you make a mistake. That is the one drawback. I used it on my for my competition dress. I got it in 3 different colours, you see. I got it in that one, which is dragonfly, and then I got it in a bluey green, blues and green tones, and then I got it in reds. Oh, the red's really nice. It goes through reds, pinks, oranges, blues, and I've forgotten what colour that is. Rubbish. I don't suppose it matters. You'll learn over time that I just fly from the seat of my pants. I don't come on here and just rehearse anything or have anything prepared. I've no idea where the conversation will go. That's what life's about, though, isn't it? You don't rehearse a conversation before you have it. You just go with it, don't you? And that's what I want to do with this. Is just let's have a chat together, a one-sided chat, but it chat all the same. So yeah, can't remember what I'm on about now. Rewind. So yeah, it's very. I was using the when I was making my dress for the competition. I will share one day, and it'll be next year's competition for the Stitch Festival 24. See if I can go back in again and have a different experience to what I had last time. Because it's got mohair, it like latches and catches together, so when you're pulling back, oh, sometimes it's not right easy to pull it back, so you do have to commit with this wool. You can pull it back, but yeah, sometimes it can take longer to flip and pull back than to do a couple of rows, but it's lovely once it's made up. Really, really nice once it's made up, and it just glides on your finger. It's like, feels really silky and soft and smooth, and it's lovely wool. Yeah, see, look, bad habits, Jane, bad habits. Calling a crochet hook a needle and calling yarn wool. Let's get it proper. And I think that's it for this week. Yeah, I think that is it. If you can hear any snoring, it's Penny. It's nap time for Penny. So if you can hear snoring, it's Penny. And I will show you Penny today. Let's see if I can show you her. Oh, no. Let's switch it round. How do we switch it round? Oh, we can't. I don't think we can once it's recording. We'll turn it round that way, and I'll pop my head round and I'll... Ooh, is she there? There she is. Look, there's my gorgeous. Can you see a little head? There. And see if you can hear her snoring. Oh, yes. There you go. So she's having a nice nap on Sunday. So, yeah, she's... Oh, flipping heck, Jane. Let's get it right. There. I'll have a look back at that and see if I need to cut it out. Because my camera works a bit dodgy in it, really. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Rest of today, I'm gonna get that top finished. I'm hoping to get it finished probably, hopefully today. It didn't actually take that long to get that far, so yeah, hopefully I'll get the other. I probably won't now, it's knocking on in its head. So by next week, shall we say, let's set that target. By next week it'll be done, and what I'll do is I'll post a picture of it when it's finished on Instagram, because I'm going to take it down to the shop and see if she doesn't want to do it, to put it in her shop, and let's see how that goes. Skirt wise, I'll continue with that and see how that goes. And I did find out, I looked up afterwards, it's oh no, I said red clay. Red clay is the colour that I'm using, and it's drop saffron on a 100% cotton. Yeah, I'm using for that a 3.5mm hook for the skirt because I want a bit more openness to it, and it gives good drape if you have it open. So yeah, right, I'm going to stop now. We've caught up with where we are. We've had a nice little chat, and I'm wishing you all a lovely week and a lovely day. Hope your Sunday is going to be a nice one this afternoon, and I shall see you next week. Have a lovely week. Goodbye.